Hi everyone, happy Friday. Thank you for coming. Is this year's Blacktower going to have limited ultra rare items like all previous years? Yes, that is the plan. We've got ultra rare items and legendaries and limited, so yeah.
So today I had a few things I'd like to talk about. They won't take too long. Well, I was building a PvP map with Alpha Cell, and while we were doing that, I kind of realized that a different, kind of fighting system with the guns would be alright. So basically, more range to the guns to make a shooter game mode, I think would be really interesting. One of the inspirations is a game called Holo Drive, and that was a browser game you could play. And so just basically if you could shoot even 7 blocks away or 8 blocks away, and you could have some range, so then you could kind of have like a platform shooter, which is kind of the idea that kind of came up, and I just wanted to bring it up to you. And I was kind of wondering if you know if that's ever been talked about, or if that's kind of something you guys ever plan on.
Yes, I think that has been talked about before. I know that some of the old devs felt like the PvP feature on the game could use a lot of work. It's quite shallow as a feature. Were you the person who talked the other week about dungeon diving kind of improvements on dungeon?
Yes, I was.
Yes, that was really good feedback, and this is also good feedback, so I appreciate you coming back. It's always good to hear suggestions, and I did actually discuss that dungeon diving stuff with the team, so it was really, really cool. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. All right, thank you very much.
No, I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Siskea, let us know how many new items are coming to Halloween. I can probably let you know that in about a week. So we're still working on it quite hard. But as you guys probably know by now, updates have to be submitted a little bit in advance. So we do need to have everything done pretty soon. So once that is the case, I will know for definite how many new items. And then I can start talking with you guys a bit more. But I did say in the game earlier, hopefully I can do another leak next week on social media, or maybe in CTALK. Maybe CTALK would be a good idea. But yeah, a leak next week. Can you add Halloween Blacktower portal because it's taken a long time to join Halloween World? Yeah, I hear that. I remember that from last year, but I think actually adding a portal probably wouldn't help the problem. The problem is just the server's getting really busy. It's a very popular event, so I'm not a programmer, but I don't believe that the way in which you enter the world would change the speed. So I don't think that would be useful. How would it be if there's any chance to bring Pixel World Twitch live streams back? So there is a chance. At the moment, the only eligible person really is me. Although I'm speaking for the others, I know Brix wouldn't do it, and Localapsy, I don't know, I don't want to speak to her, but I guess the job lies more with me than anyone else on the team. But I don't have a particularly good setup for streams, as I've said before. The very fact that my computer crashed today during CTALK is a pretty good indication. But yeah, the chances are pretty low at the moment unless we get someone in to do them. So yeah, at the moment CTALK is kind of the middle ground. More dev items come to the Byte store like Endless's mask or Dev's guitar? Probably not. Jake's jacket was a bit of a special case, a bit of a one-off. He was your community manager, so there was kind of some meaning there for putting his item in the game. But I don't think we'd add any other admin items. Obviously if we did, we'd have to get their permission, but I feel like it just gets to a slippery slope, and then if every admin item is added in the game, then are any of them really very special? So yeah. What's your job on Kukori? So before Jake left, it was marketing. So I worked with him quite a lot because community management and marketing are very similar. One of the things you guys would have sort of known about most is probably all the influencer campaigns we did, paid ad campaigns. That was a big part of my job. But now with Jake leaving, I've kind of taken on more community management stuff. So I'm kind of doing Jake's job, kind of doing my old job, doing a mixture of the two. So I don't really have an official title at the moment, but titles don't mean much anyway. It's about the job you do. So I guess marketing and community management is my job. Is Pixel Worlds closing? If yes, when? No, Pixel Worlds isn't closing. I got asked this in the game that people think it's closing really soon. I've talked about this before in terms of the servers being paid for. I think that's something Jake talked about a lot. That's not something I have knowledge of. I know that they are paid for the next couple of years, but in terms of it closing, no, it's not going anywhere, at least for now. Can we get special event-related achievements for events like Blacktower or Summer? Yes, I like that idea. I guess, what would it be something you would display though, like a medal or something in your world? I'm wondering what it would look like, because I guess for a lot of those events, you get a lot of items along the way, so it would have to be something else. But yeah, I mean, I guess why not? Especially if it's something that needs to be displayed. It's not going to be too complicated to make. When are you planning to add new items in the Bitcoin shop? So hopefully next week. So Antonis in the game wanted a entrance portal mover. I don't see why we can't add that next week. So yeah, I've added that to my list, and then I'll obviously check the Bitcoin store requests channel. But yeah, we're a bit overdue some new items in the shop, so I'll probably add them next week, along with a teaser for Halloween. So it should be a good week for you guys next week. What are the chances of more pet evolutions coming? I'll be honest, probably quite small. I don't believe that the pets feature is a big priority to improve, so probably quite small. I wouldn't have said that it's that massively popular anymore, or at least that's the impression I get from our data, but obviously there will be people who enjoy it. But yeah, we will probably focus on the more popular things. Are there going to be new modules? Do we have leaks on the 999 candy item? There aren't going to be new modules. Sorry, that wasn't clear. There are not going to be new modules. It'll be the same as last year, and there's no leaks on the candy items. So yeah. I took a break from Pixel Worlds and recently came back. I was wondering, will there ever be something like a beta item for old players that have played more than over 2,000 plus days? I think we've talked about similar things before. I think that would be really cool, but I think it might happen more on like an anniversary of the game, maybe, I would guess. So say comes the day when Pixel Worlds has been live for 10 years, right? I think that would be a really cool thing to do, to kind of acknowledge and appreciate all the players who've stuck around. I would imagine that would make sense, but at the moment there aren't any plans, no. When are you going to add new community items? So I'm hoping to have a community item contest before Christmas. Focus at the moment is Halloween. There won't be any community items in the Halloween update, but I'm hoping to do a contest in the next couple of months, and then we can add some items in. That's all depending on our designer, but yes, that is the plan. Can we get the feature to place NPCs like Pixelbot or fishing and mining gear crafting NPCs in our world? It's kind of tedious to keep going to Pixel Station or Pixel Mines to do your business. Yeah, I hear that. I mean, it's not that different, I guess, to having like BankBot or PWE in your world. Although it's a bit more active, right? Because they're animated and they have, I don't know, on a programming side, if that's too complicated. Again, I'm making all these assumptions, but I'm not a programmer, so I don't know the issues, but possibly. Yep.
So I think last time you said something about that there was 2 mods that you had left or in training for Cadet, which was Mu Sky now and then another one right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did say that it's totally not impossible for another mod to be considered. What would a player have to do to get your attention for that possible third position?
Nothing. There's no need for that kind of stuff, because I've already looked at, I think now, all of the applications. So I already have kind of a short list of mods in various time zones. So I guess it's kind of out of people's control at the moment, because the next decision is, if we do go for another in-game mod, where would which time zone would be useful. So I would then go to my shortlist. So yeah, I think we obviously have a mod cadet at the moment, but I had some feedback this week that maybe we could do with another Finnish mod, or maybe what was the other one? Turkish mod. But I was looking at maybe mods in like a US time zone. So
I'm
yeah.
in US, by the way.
Good to know.
Clean that up.
So yeah, nothing to do to kind of get my attention. I mean, I know that Jake used to say if you ask to be a mod, then you're less likely to get it.
Mhm.
I don't have that kind of philosophy. I don't think that's like fair, because obviously everyone wants to be mods. But I guess I get what he's saying. It's kind of like people who ask a lot or nag a lot. You know, it'll be
Just to not
annoying.
get
But
overwhelmed.
yeah, so it's not a case of that. It's not a case of getting attention or asking, because I've kind of already looked through all the applications. So at this point, there's not much anyone can do. So have a good week, everyone. Thank you for coming as always. Thank you for chatting. And I will see you next time. So yeah, thanks everyone. Let me see if I can get someone else on the mic, because Kuko didn't accept the request, I don't think. Hello. Okay. Is that another Rickroll? Thank you. I think that's going to be a weekly thing now. I mean, I like it. I've got no issue with it, but thanks, Killer HD. Okay. RetNos, you better put this in. Did you put it in the last one? Okay, hi. If you have a question, go ahead. I didn't even ask. I think you might have done. Okay, so I'm really hesitant to accept mic requests now, so I am going back to the chat. You can, and if you do have a request on the mic, you can thank Killer HD for the fact that I'm not accepting it right now. Okay. Yeah, that one was quiet. I'll have to raise the volume. Yeah, make it really, really loud. Really loud.